Hey y'all, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches. Today I have this month's monthly polish awareness box. The box for the month of March will be benefiting Band Against MS for multiple sclerosis awareness. If you're not familiar with the monthly polish awareness box, I definitely recommend checking out the group. I will link it down below. Each month, 6 lovely makers get together and create a polish inspired by a benefit or awareness issue. I did purchase this box with a blogger's discount, and I'll go ahead and get right into the swatches. First up is Inner Struggle by Oh My Jewels. Of course, we'll link all of the makers' social media and storefronts down below. This polish is described as a burnt orange crelly with an opal flash swimming with fuchsia micro flakies and tiny matte glitters. So I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Inner Struggle swatched on my natural nail. This does have a bit of a jelly base, so here it's going on real evenly. It does have a ton of those glitters in there, but it's not really gritty. I did notice that the holographic pink glitters lose a little bit of that holographic effect when layered in this kind of shimmery jelly. So one coat is quite sheer, so I'll let that dry and then come back in for a second coat. So here is my second coat. This polish does dry down fairly matte as well. 2 coats does build this up really nicely. You could stop here if you don't mind nail line. I did have some nail line still at 2 coats, so I'll let this dry and go ahead and show you what a third coat looks like. So here is my third and final coat, and this does for sure bring this one completely opaque for this. I feel like this is a completely unique polish within my collection, and I actually really love the combination of the orange and pink. So here is a look at that completed mani before top coat. Here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight with top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And then once more at an angle in direct sunlight. So next up is Made Strong by Lifestyle Lacquer by Nail Jewelry Bling. This is described as a green base with gold shimmer, a mix of blue and green translucent flakes, as well as shifting gold to green ultra chrome flaky. So this is a very mermaidy, intricate mix. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Made Strong swatched on my natural nail. Again, this does have a bit of that jelly base. This one did go on a little bit streaky for me. I found that the formula was pretty thick. For personal use, I am going to add a few drops of thinner to this to make it a little bit easier to use. So this first coat is a little bit sheer. I'll let this dry and then come back in for a second coat. So here is the second coat. I'm going to go in for a little bit of a thicker second coat here to kind of fix a tiny bit of that streakiness. 2 coats for sure builds this one up, but it is still pretty sheer. So I'll let this dry and then come back in and show you what a third coat looks like. So here is my third and final coat, and I am going to go in for a bit of a thicker third coat here just to bring it completely opaque for me. I do absolutely love this mix and the finish. It's really unique and really pretty, very intricate. I just do recommend adding maybe a few drops of thinner for my personal taste. Here's a look at that completed mani before top coat. This is going to be a polish that's going to look absolutely smashing with a matte top coat. Here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight with top coat, so you may still see a little bit of nail line at 3 coats there. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting, and then once more at an angle in direct sunlight. Next up is Hidden Scars by Sassy Pants Polish, and this is described as a cornflower blue with shimmer and smoky blue flakies. So this is in between like a crelly and a cream mix. I love that shimmer dancing off that blue base. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot, and I'll show you how Hidden Scars swatched on my natural nail. So here is one easy coat. This polish went on so smooth and really easy. At one coat I had pretty great coverage. It was still a little bit sheer though for me, and I did notice that you have to be a little bit mindful of the brush strokes here with that shimmer. It does self-level out really well though. So here is one coat. I'll let that dry and then come back in for a second coat. So here is my second coat, and this is going to bring this polish completely opaque for me. I think this is a really lovely finish, and it was just really easy to work with. So here's a look at that completed mani before top coat. This one might dry down a little bit demi matte maybe. But the top coat will help bring out all of that shimmer. Here's the view from another angle in direct sunlight with top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And then once more at an angle in direct sunlight. Next up is MS Gets on My Nerves by Blush Lacquers. This is my first try of blush lacquers and I've been really impressed. This is described as a fuchsia-based polish with a blue flash, magenta to blue microflakies, hollow flakies, and hollow. So I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot and I'll show you how MS Gets on My Nerves swatched on my natural nail. So here is one easy coat. This polish was really easy to use. One coat made for nice even coverage. It is a little bit sheer here though. This polish was almost like a crazy chameleon. Under some lightings it would be a bright pink and then under some lightings it would be more of a purple tone. I'll let that dry and go ahead and show you what a second coat looks like. This is another polish that's going to dry down to a demi-matte finish, so a good top coat will help smooth that out and bring out all of those hollow shreds. So 2 coats does for sure bring this one completely opaque for me. Here's a look at the completed mani before top coat. Here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight with top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And then once more at an angle in direct sunlight. Next up is Bruised But Not Broken by Pretty Beautiful. This is described as a black and purple hollow base with violet micro shreds, micro purple flakies, blue to violet to red to orange shifting pigment, as well as purple to blue crystal flakies and chameleon glitters. So I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot and I'll show you how Bruised But Not Broken swatched on my natural nail. Here is a one easy coat. This polish does have amazing coverage. This is one of those that could be a one coater, especially if you do a thicker coat and you have maybe shorter nails. I will let this dry and go ahead and show you what a second coat looks like. A second coat just deepens it up a tiny bit, adds more of that glitter, and for sure brings this one completely opaque. So here's a look at that completed mani before top coat. The larger flakies in here do add a little bit of texture. A good top coat will smooth that out, bring out all of that shiftiness and that glitter. So here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight with top coat. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And then once more at an angle in direct sunlight. So lastly today I have Light in the Darkness by Night Owl Lacquer. This is described as a black base with 3 different shades of color shifting micro flakes and holographic micro glitters. These add such a gorgeous rainbow of different glitters in this finish. I'll go ahead and show you a brush shot and I'll show you how Light in the Darkness swatched on my natural nail. So here is a one easy coat. This does have that black jelly base, so it's going to take a bit to build up. This first coat did go on a little bit sheer and maybe a little bit uneven. So I'll let this dry and then come back in and show you what a second coat looks like. So here is a second coat. I am going to go in with a nice thick second coat here. This builds it up right to the edge of being opaque for me. I do have quite a harsh nail line, so I feel like a third coat is definitely worth it for me. I do get a ton of glitter and a lot of depth here. I'll let this dry and come back in and show you what a third coat looks like. So this third coat does definitely deepen it up to a true black and adds even more of that glitter. I definitely feel like it's worth it for me, and I do prefer this at 3 coats. So here's a look at that completed mani before top coat. Here's the view from another angle in direct sunlight with top coat. My camera did not want to focus on all of that glitter. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting and then once more at an angle and direct sunlight. So that wraps up this month's monthly polish awareness box swatch and review. I definitely recommend checking all of these ladies out. I think this is a great thing that they're doing and I'm so happy and proud to be a part of it. If you'd like to see more photos, I do have those available on my blog at sloppyswatches.wordpress.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at sloppyswatches. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.